know two things. Quad racing is hard, and this place is haunted! There's some bad juju floating around, and it got me. Today on Dadspeed, we're racing quads at an insane asylum. Let's get to the action. If you happened to catch my video about the last race, you may remember that my stator went bad and I had to push start the 400 repeatedly just to finish my last lap because even though I knew my battery was dead and not charging, I'm an expert rider and couldn't stop stalling the bike. I was able to get the stator replaced, and then while impatiently reassembling everything a couple days before the next race, I cracked the stator cover. I don't want to talk about it. I had a replacement cover ordered, but it was never going to show up in time, so I borrowed the stator cover from Lulu's and headed off to the Indiana State Sanatorium for EXCR Round 6. This is a state historical site that for the last couple of years has hosted Extreme XC, which I think is awesome. This is certainly the most unique property that I've ever raced at. Riding around all these buildings is not something that I'm used to. I was pretty excited to get lined up, to say the least.
Let's go find a spot. Hey Bill, take it easy on us today, would you?
Oh, come on, man.
Starting off the second lap here, I saw an ambulance with the lights rolling off to the side. Always hate seeing that. Never want to see anybody get hurt, man. I think there were a couple of injuries at this race, actually. I just hope that everybody's healing up quick so they can get back out and ride with us. On a much less severe note, I was having problems of my own. I'll let you guess. Can you guess what it was? Yep, my arms were pumped up again. Yeah, I've been trying tons of different stretches and warm-up routines trying to beat the arm pump, and no matter what I do, about 15 minutes in, it seems to hit really, really hard. If you're also a racer and you don't get arm pump or you know how to beat it, let me know in the comments because I can't figure this out. I thought very seriously about doing the pro hill this time around, but I couldn't hang on to the bars, so I decided against it. There was a second pro line right after the hill that I did try out on the second lap, but I did it only once. I was lucky enough to have a ton of friends and family come out to this race, so I had to try to at least look fast in front of them.
That's embarrassing.
Some good news was that my arm pump was starting to subside and I was able to start getting closer to the pace than I normally like to run. I was starting to make some ground up and this lap was going really, really well until it wasn't. Not gonna lie to you guys, I was scared to look. The noise that I heard sounded like that video, maybe you've seen it, where that KX450 decides to send the crank out the bottom of the case. I did gag a little bit. On further inspection, I was relieved to find that I didn't blow it up, but the chain did derail, and furthermore, it was wadded up and wedged between the front sprocket and the swing arm. No significant damage that I could see, but my race was probably over. No idea how I was gonna fix that by hand. I gotta say, this was pretty frustrating for me. I clean and adjust my chain before every race. I run the DRW sprocket guard, but there was a rock between the two ruts on that uphill, and I guess it just must have hit the rear sprocket at the perfect angle to knock the chain off. I'm optimistically going to chalk it up as a freak thing and hope that it doesn't happen again. I got to spend the rest of the race as a spectator until the track crew, specifically Derek, again, thank you man, came along and was somehow able to help me get the chain unstuck and back on sprockets. I was able to ride back to the truck without issues, but my race was over.
Two frustrating races in a row. I had the stator problem last race, and then this chain derailment. Yeah, just a string of bad luck. I guess that happens sometimes. We got another 3 weeks or so until the next race, so try to get everything sorted out. And thank you to all my friends and family that came out to this one today. It sucks that this is my first DNF of the year. Just have to wait here to try to come back better at the next one.
For official results, I got 3rd in class and 42nd overall. It was a big hit to my overall points. I believe my worst 2 races get dropped at the end of the season, so let's hope this is the worst one. Not the way you ever want a race to go, but that's part of it. It happens sometimes. Just super thankful that I was able to bring it back to the truck under its own power and that I wasn't hurt. Sometimes just that is a win. You know the drill. If you made it this far, thank you for watching and consider hitting subscribe. We just passed the 250 subscriber mark a few weeks ago. The next milestone is 500, and I know we can get there. I can't accurately express how much I appreciate everyone that subscribes and keeps coming back to watch my stuff. I love trying to make the best stuff I can for you, so thank you.
See you soon, it's Dadspeed.